Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Scents. Proving yet again that they're at the forefront of the cologne genre, Armaf has released another cologne fragrance called Club de Nuit Sillage. Club de Nuit Sillage follows closely on the heels of Milestone, which was a well-received release, another Creed clone for Creed Millesimi, which turned out to be a pretty solid clone. Is Sillage going to follow suit? When we return, we're going to check it out in more detail, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. That's right, 2020 has seen another release from the Sterling House, or Armaf as it's better known, and that is in the Club de Nuit line of fragrances. And this time it's Club de Nuit Sillage, which is an interesting turn of phrase. You ever been sitting in a wedding or in a theater or anywhere where you're sitting where there's lots of people and somebody walks by you, they leave a scent trail in their wake that can often be really nice or really bad, depending on the case. Armaf is making best use of that phrase by naming their new fragrance Sillage. Let's check out the presentation a little bit. Oh, and by the way, thanks to Ash of Gents Scents for letting me borrow the bottle. Appreciate that. Armaf is all about the bling and the doubloons and the cubic Z and all the little bells and whistles when it comes to presentation. So this is no different. However, I do kind of like the look of the bottle. It's almost like a lake that has been dried up, and then the actual very surface of it starts cracking under the heat of the sun. That's kind of what that looks like and is reminiscent to me, or it could be reminiscent of a cracked mirror, a cracked glass surface. Whatever the case may be, it's an interesting design choice, and I think it looks really nice on the really reflective surface here, as you can see. So this is one of those bottles that's going to have fingerprints all over it, so if you're OCD, you're going to be lost on this presentation. So you've got the chain and the circular medallion with the single diamond with the Armaf name on it, and the typical square lid. You've got the black atomizer that does not have Armaf on the top. Some of them do, some of them do not. You can actually see through the cracks to the other side of the bottle, which is very interesting. It's an interesting look, again, that Sillage is sporting. And of course, an interesting choice to put Club de Nuit on the side. Basically, that's it for the presentation. It's a 105 ml bottle, and it is an eau de parfum concentration. Let's check out that juice. Really nice atomizer. I also did a first impression of a Parfums vintage version of Silver Mountain Water, Creed Silver Mountain Water. I actually happen to like this version a little bit better. So it maintains that really crisp citrusy open with bergamot, lemon, lime, violet leaf, and ginger. So you get that synergy of all of those fragrant aromatic notes together. Super bright opening. This is one of those fragrances that as soon as you spray it, it begins replicating and filling up a room. It is very voluminous. Now I have to say it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more airy than Creed Silver Mountain Water is. It is also a little bit less metallic. So at the root, or literally at the very heart of Sillage, is a floral sensitivity. So you've got iris, you've got rose and jasmine all fused together. And when you first spray this, that's really what you get. You get that heady mix of each one of those. Now, as time goes on, you also get that base bringing it to the fore with a mix of sandalwood, musk, ambroxan, and cedar, which is the base that all these notes are resting on. Primarily what you get here, however, as the foreground, which is really what creates the longevity out of Sillage, is the ambroxan. I think it's wielded very nicely by Sillage. The musk is what gives this fragrance a little bit of weight, and of course the sandalwood keeps it very smooth and creamy. So with a mix of florals and the creaminess, billed as a unisex fragrance. Parfums Vintage, I think, did a really nice job of cloning Silver Mountain Water. However, their prices are just, you might as well get Creed Silver Mountain Water. That's what you're going to spend on the fragrance. Not knocking Parfums Vintage at all, but that's quite a hefty price to pay for a clone. This comes in at right around, with change, $62 US. And right now you can get it on fragrancebuy.ca. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in checking out the 105ml bottle for that price. And I think sitting at that price, it's a really, really good deal. Now we all know Armaf makes some solid clones, and what I mean by that is they are really close to the scent profile and DNA of the original. So they're dedicated in that reproduction, dedicated in reproducing the experience that you get when you wear the original. Now I've worn Creed Silver Mountain Water. I really enjoy it. As the original, I enjoy it obviously a little bit better than Sillage. This does a really good job. Where it differs, again, it's not quite as clean. And by clean, I mean that bracing, metallic, kind of metallic flavor that you almost get in your mouth when you wear Silver Mountain Water, kind of omitted from here. That's kind of an omission. And I don't know if whether they did that on purpose or not, but it's not a tremendous difference. It's not enough to say this isn't a clone at all. They still do a really good job. This is a little bit sweeter. Still, the versatility on this is really, really good. You can wear this in spring and summer. Now in heat, I would recommend against wearing this in heat. Any kind of fragrance that has a sweetness to it can be made very heavy when it comes to heat. There's a nice eye-opening, refreshing coolness to this, and also a really nice floral sensitivity that you can enjoy in cooler weather out of Sillage. The other morning I was wearing it, it was around 40 degrees, and this did really, really well. It projected really well, and I got about 6 to 7 hours of longevity out of it, which is a really good, almost a full work day. This is definitely a daytime fragrance. This doesn't have any dark or alluring or rich magnetism to it. It's definitely a casual wear fragrance. It's not necessarily a formal wear. Any fragrance that has a kind of a rich sweetness to it is often not for formal or semi-formal wear, primarily for casual use. Very versatile. You can use this in almost any circumstance, any occasion that you choose to. Once again, I think Armaf has swung and connected bat to ball and hit it out of the park with Club de Nuit Sillage. If you're interested in clones at all, and if you like wearing clones that are really, really close to the original, I think you'll enjoy Club de Nuit Sillage. It's sharp, it's bracing, its heart is very soft and floral, and yet in the end, it's got a strength and a tenacity that you come to expect out of Armaf. Hey guys, quickly gonna make an addendum to this video. Sorry for the sound, I'm just using the sound on my recorder. I just wanted to briefly mention, because as I was getting ready to edit this, I realized I didn't say, for those of you that don't have experience with Creed Silver Mountain Water, if you don't like floral fragrances, which this is very much a floral fragrance, you probably won't like Sillage. Best thing to do would be to try a sample of it. If you have a friend who has it, try it out first before you go out there and spend $62 on it. Just a little bit of a heads up there. Guys, that's it for my brief coverage of Club de Nuit Sillage. I believe Armaf has been on a roll. I'm gonna be interested to see what they do next. So Armaf is one of those houses that even if you don't like clones or don't wear clones, which I typically don't, they do produce some interesting offerings, and I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in the future. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my video of Club de Nuit Sillage today. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Scents, and I'll see you next time.